Let's find an equation that represents the relationship between the y variable and the x variable if the points are on a straight line. Right, so here I have a straight line, and all of the points on the straight line, this one and this one and that one and this one, all of these points have an x and a y, where the x and the y share some sort of relationship. In fact, they share a linear relationship if they are on this line. So what I'm looking for is y is equal to x. I'm looking for an equation that relates the y and the x. And it turns out that if it's a straight line, we can write this equation as I can multiply the x by some constant, the slope, and then I could add another constant, the y-intercept, or if I know a point on the line, I could subtract the y value from the y and subtract the x value from the x. So both of these give you the exact same thing. In fact, they're the exact same equation, just written down differently. So let's find a linear relationship for the y and the x, given the information that we have here on the graph. So first, we need to figure out the slope. Slope, by definition, is change in y over change in x. So I need 2 points if I want to calculate the slope, and I have 2 points here. My change in y looks like it's going to be 2. My change in x looks like it goes from 0 to 6. So let's actually go through this. That point right there has an x value of 6 and a y value of 2. That point right there is the origin. So my change in y will be 2 minus 0, and 2 minus 0. My change in x is going to be 6 minus 0. Yeah, we knew it was going to be change in y 2, change in x 6. So our slope is 1/3. Okay, so the slope of the line is 1/3. Now let's write the equation of the line, and I'm going to choose what's known as point slope form, because there's the point, the x value and the y value, and there's the slope. So we already know the slope. The slope we found was 1/3. And for this point, y1 and x1, I get to choose any point that's on the line. In fact, let's go through both. If I choose the origin, then the y value is 0, and the x value is 0. So this simplifies to y is equal to 1/3 x. Okay, so here's a relationship between y and x. So every point on this line is going to have an x and a y value that satisfies this relationship. Let's use the other point this time. So instead of the origin, let's use that point. The y value was 2, and the x value was 6. So when I simplify this, I get y minus 2 is equal to 1/3 x minus 2. So I add 2 to both sides, I get y is equal to 1/3 x. I get the same equation, right? You can use either point to find the equation of a line in point slope form.